Come join me on a solo day in Tokyo, Japan. So we're going to start off at the Art Aquarium Museum in Ginza. This is so pretty. I wasn't really sure what to expect from this museum, but I knew that it had to do with the water and fish, so I decided to give it a chance, and I'm so glad that I did. This whole museum was magical, and all of these fish were actually live fish. I was a little worried about how well they took care of them and stuff, but there were some disclaimers throughout the actual museum itself that kind of told you a little bit about how they take care of the fish, and they make sure that they're being fed and that they're being taken care of properly. This was barely the entrance, and I was so enchanted by all of these goldfish that were in here. I just kept taking pictures of them wandering around, and they were so friendly. They would come up to the glass or come up to the plastic or anywhere that people were. They knew that you were there to see them. Every little section was really different too. I mean, this one with the cherry blossoms was so pretty, and there were a lot of areas that had a lot of cherry blossoms, but you had small little enclosures, you had big enclosures. It was just a really cool experience to see just the flow of the fish and how they kind of just went with the art installations. I kept trying to film myself with the fish, but it was really hard. There were kind of a lot of people, so I tried to just kind of take as many pictures as I could and film as much as I could possibly film. But a lot of the fish, I'd never seen some goldfish the colors that I had seen in this exhibit. And there were a few little areas that did tell you a little bit about what type of goldfish they were and how they take care of them and kind of the different things like that. As you can see, this section was my absolute favorite. It was just so cool to walk under the cherry blossoms, and I'd never seen a black goldfish before. There was even one that almost had a purple hue to it. It was just incredible. And this part right here I thought was really cool. The colors kept changing, and so I kept trying to wait until I got to a point where nobody was around and I could try to take a little solo picture. This whole museum / art exhibit was really relaxing and really calming. They had just the most calming music combined with the water from the fish, and just the nature of it all was really, really cool. I am such an artsy person, so being able to see kind of the mixture of all of the different colors and different textures and even different sounds was just really cool, and I feel it appealed a lot to all of your senses instead of just a couple of them. It looks like that ends. Well, I was able to get that done in literally 15 minutes. Yeah, that was really fast. Well, now time to shop, I guess. Right after I was done with the museum, I was so hungry and so thirsty because I hadn't eaten anything before going in there. I was in such a rush to get there on time that I really didn't get the chance to stop anywhere. I think I stopped at the convenience store and grabbed a small little coffee, but not enough to get me through the day. So at this point, I had already had my mind set on a shop that I wanted to go to. It was just a matter of getting there. I hope I'm walking there. Anyway, it's really pretty out here. I'm going to a coffee shop right now. The only reason why I'm stopping there is because they have a Padres cup, or at least in the photos they did. But I'm pretty sure it's because we had a Japanese player. So yeah, there's a lot of really cute things. This is a very, I don't know, I'm definitely in the city, as you can see. So we'll see. Hopefully it's good because I'm starving. But this is where I'm going, Northwest Ginza. This is a sesame latte, and I don't know what the steak is, but it said that she said that was all they had. Oh yeah!
Just because Carrie knows I'm good. Just because Carrie knows I'm fine.
Oh, that's very sesame.
Give me one day to be in a dark space and I'll be fine for the rest of my life. Are we Carrie's worried about it?
It's good. I just want a coffee. It's actually really good. I just want a coffee.
I feel bad. Like I just
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Vanilla cake. There's a lot of drama behind me. A lot of stuff. I just left the coffee shop and now I'm walking to the NTV clock. It's the Hayao Miyazaki clock that he designed that like sits on like the side of a building. Excuse me. My food was my little cake was really yummy. The coffee, it grew on me. I think I was just expecting coffee and it wasn't. It was like, it's just like a sesame latte, literally like sesame with milk. But it was really good, so that's a plus. But yeah, I turned it off because there was like a whole little group that was just like chit-chatting and like gossiping, and I was like, I'm sure they don't want me to record whatever it is that they're saying. Look how cool. I know, the like architecture and everything is just like so sick here. Like a lot of it reminds me of like New York, a lot of it reminds me of London. It's pretty great. But yeah, I think I'm close. I hope I'm close. This is a theater. I'm assuming that's next to me because it's the Aladdin musical, is what it says. So yeah. Looks like Shiodon Karata. Yeah. Let me flip it. It's Aladdin. So cool. I have to get used to doing this. I'm definitely not used to vlogging. I feel so awkward, but it's okay. I gotta get over my fear and just do it. Oh, it hurts. Oh my gosh, my hair is crazy. I haven't got to it yet, but I did get to this really, really pretty view. Ready? There we go. Like the perfect blend of, I don't know, green and city, I guess. It's so cool. Let's see if I can get me. Ooh, hey, that's what I wanted. She's so cool. I don't know if you could hear it. The clock is going and I'm missing it. After wandering for a little bit, I was finally able to find where the NTV Big Clock is. This is Nippon Television's Big Clock, and this is by the animator Hayao Miyazaki. He is the co-founder and creator of Studio Ghibli. So this clock itself, I believe, was inspired by Howl's Moving Castle, but every couple hours it goes off and there's like a whole little music and like the characters come out and do a whole little dance. There it is. Amazing. I was so happy I got to watch at least the end of the show and take some pictures and videos, but now it's off to explore a little bit more of this area. Alright, this is like another little and that's next to it. And so there's more artwork here. This one is so cool. I saw this when I was first walking up. These are funny. Look at it, pretty. Like, gorgeous, gorgeous. I think I might have stumbled upon the the way I was so excited for this. They were J-pop performers, but as soon as I got closer to them, there were like some ladies that were like standing there and they told me that I couldn't film, but they were so good. After wandering the mall for a little bit and doing a little shopping, I finally decided I needed food in my system. So I did what any tourist would do and went to Ichiran Ramen. I'd had Ichiran in New York before, and so I wanted to try it out here, and it worked out kind of perfectly because this is a solo dining experience. So you literally just sit in your little cubicle by yourself with a like curtain in front of you, and somebody serves you, and they really don't like talk to you. They just kind of let you enjoy your meal, which I did. At this point in the day, I think it was around like 1 or 2, but I was so exhausted. I don't know if it was the jet lag that was catching up to me or the fact that I literally went from coming back from Coachella on a Monday to flying out to Japan on a Tuesday and just going nonstop since, you know, before Coachella. So I think at this point, my body was just like, girl, slow down, take a nap. So right after this, I went straight to the Airbnb and took a little nap before going to my next stop, which was the infamous TeamLabs. I did the borderless Mori because I wanted to see the mirrored things and also the flowers. As you can see, there was kind of a theme for the day, and it was floral.
This is so cool. So pretty. So pretty. So amazing.
Just a little disclaimer, there is going to be lots of flashing lights and lots of movement. So if you get dizzy, skip the next couple minutes because it is a little intense. So most of these rooms had a bunch of different like pictures that were on the walls, and they had told us when we first went in, they were like, come to back to like the same locations like multiple times, because throughout the time that you're there, the images actually change. So that was like kind of cool, where it was like when I came in it looked like this, but when I went out, because you exit the same way, it was like a totally different scenery.
Say to pay attention because like the art changes after like a while.
I was really glad that I had a magnetic mount, because a lot of these like videos that I like tried to take of myself, I just kind of like magnetized my camera to things and would try to take videos of myself, because you know that is the one thing that's hard about doing solo things like this, is you don't really have somebody to take your picture or videos of you. And I did ask a few people like throughout the trip, but it was just really hard, and I felt bad bugging people, even though if you ever see me out in the wild, please, I would love to take your picture.
This is a dark room. Actually smells like amber wood, I guess. Like, yeah, amber.
And back to the voiceover. So a lot of these rooms did have some scents to them. So the one that just showed, it was like amber musk. I kind of like recorded some of my voice talking over a lot of this stuff, but a lot of it was just so loud so you couldn't really hear what I was saying. But most of these rooms had different themes to them, and like I said, they just kept changing. So like this room is like one of the more popular rooms I think that you see like on social media, but it's usually brighter than this.
So many kids have been following. Okay, this is like glittery almost.
This room became one of my favorite rooms just because I liked the way that it looked like glittery in person, and it had all of the Chinese zodiacs. So there was like a bunch of different animals, and it was like a tiny little room, but it was just so cool.
That's so cute. There's an ox. Wow, and a rooster. And a snake. These are all of the New Year's animals. Funky. That's me. Hey, this room is really small, but it's really cool. Other than the flowers, this I think is my second favorite. The flowers have bloomed in here. This is amazing.
And this was back in the same hallway that I was in earlier when it was just like all dark. So see how now they're starting to get more color? That's what happened like in every single room. So you could walk from one room to the next and all of a sudden there would be color. But now it's time to walk into the famous mirrored rain room.
Mirror room. Oh my gosh. When I tell you, this is so beautiful.
This room was definitely everything that you could think that it would be. It was really, really pretty. Like everything looked like one of those mazes. I don't know if you guys ever went to carnivals when you were younger, or like the like fairs. For me, it was the Del Mar Fair, but they would have like the mirror maze room. And as a kid, you would try to run through it, even as an adult, and make it through without slamming your face into what seemed like mirrors, but they actually were just like plexiglass. Yeah, that's what this reminded me of, but 10 times better. There was a control that let you change the color and also like the amount of rain that came down. I kept trying to take videos and like pictures of the area, but there was a couple that was there and didn't really give me the chance to.
Now this room is a trip.
I really enjoyed this room also. The lights and the mirrors, just things like this, I was just absolutely obsessing over. But it was just really cool to see like these balls like kind of just like roam through. And like I said, it looked like a mini city and it was just so fascinating. So this is the next room that I walked through, and this one they actually didn't let you go inside the room. You were only able to see it from the outside because it was like a whole story. So it started off as crows, and it was like crows chasing crows, and then the crows turned into, or like dove into the water and turned into fish. So it was very much like just this like ongoing cycle of like life, which I really thought was beautiful. And here's like the little thing that it said.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but this one that we just came out of was crows are chased and chasing crows are destined to be chased as well. It's the cosmic void.
Now this next section was actually really cool. I didn't sit there and wait for it, but you were able to like draw something and your drawings or what you would color would come up on this cool wall. So it was like you were getting to see your own art out in the open. And here's another cool little room that was quite a trip. There were like squares and also like spikes that came out of the wall, so you kind of had to be careful and watch where you were walking or else you could bump your head. Not that I almost did it. But there was like this also light path that kind of led you to different spaces. And now this area was really cool because it was like you were underwater and all of these were lily pads, and then you walk through another room and then all of a sudden you were like amongst the lily pads. It was so pretty, and it was such a cool thing to see like the beauty from underneath and also the beauty from above, and appreciate both things. Right after this, I did do like a little tea thing that I forgot to take video of, but they basically served you some matcha, and then there was like flowers and pictures that went into the food while you were eating it, which was a really cool experience. And at this point, it was getting pretty late in the night, but I was finally going to meet up with friends and decided to go to Shibuya Crossing. We ended up just kind of like roaming around because we wanted to get drinks in the area, and ended up at this place called Macho Macho. At this point, my friends were the ones who picked out this place, but they also ordered me a surprise. I had no idea what to expect. I'd seen videos of places like this, but safe to say I was nervous for what was going to happen. But the guys were like really sweet, and they were just like, do this, do that. Like clearly I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Help, please. And then as part of this, they also gave you shots, like alcohol. Everybody behind was very supportive for this whole entire show. So it was helpful to have support from friends and also strangers.
One chip 100 yen. Okay.
The rest of the night was really cool, and the guys that actually worked there were super sweet and ended up just sitting down and just like all chatted with us. And we also chatted with the other girls that were across from the table. But it was a lot of fun, and it was a great kind of start to the weekend.